Known as the gateway to the Banu Protectorate, Corel is a standard Type G main sequence star with 6 large planets located on the border of the UEE. First discovered in 2449 and initially settled shortly thereafter, Corel has become the de facto customs checkpoint between the Empire and Banu. The system itself was discovered in the decade following humankind's initial treaties with the Banu, as part of a concentrated effort to map this inhabited region of space. The habitable third planet, Lo, was developed first as a casual trading post between humans and Banu, and then ultimately developed into the port of call for all interspecies shipping traffic. The culture of the Corel system is an interesting mix of human frontier and Banu bureaucracy. Corellians today are an unexpected combination of efficient and laid back. Beyond that, in the nearly 5 centuries since the system's settlement, little has changed save the volume of trade that passes through the jump point. The first planet of the Corel system is a little more than a flare-lashed iron core. Originally a rocky worldlet close to the system's sun, Corel 1's crust and mantle were blasted away through a series of unknown impacts. The result was the exposure of the planet's iron core, which has since cooled to a solid state. No development has taken place on Corel 1, as there are far easier to reach sources of simple iron in the known galaxy. The planet does make for an attractive picture though, with a bizarre smooth landscape resulting from the metal having rapidly cooled into its current form when exposed to space. Where Corel 1 is now entirely a planetary core, Corel 2 lacks one entirely. A dead planet with no magnetic field, Corel 2's atmosphere has been blasted away by solar winds. The surface of the planet is, however, extremely rich in minerals, and remains relatively untouched thanks in large part to an ongoing legal dispute involving a tangled nest of defunct companies, corrupt regulatory officials, and competing claims. It is expected to revert back to UEE government control in the near future. And while the planet is also technically a terraforming candidate since it is located on the inner edge of the system's green band, it is not considered a promising one. Behold, the pulsing heartbeat of interspecies commerce. Corel 3, known commonly as Lo around the galaxy, is the system's inhabited world and serves as the physical handshake between the human and Banu governments. The planet itself is an interesting mix. Sparsely populated plains, lazy border towns, and massive shipping customs complexes through which passes everyone from freelance traders to corporate cargo crews. Lo is, essentially, the last exit before the Banu Protectorate, and it has all the qualities of both a massive transport hub and a distant frontier trucking station. The usual entertainments for long-haul transport crews are in good supply, although the numerous customs officials stationed here, as well as private security guards used to protect valuable cargo, serve to mediate the more unsavoury of these developments. The centre of the station is New Junction, a town built up around the largest customs house on world. Lines of ships can wait for hours on a bad day to pass through the detailed inspection screening required by the UEE. Roughly 1 in 10 cargoes is given a full visual inspection, and all others are subject to an array of scans and a mountain of paperwork. New Junction is located on a natural landing area, the sprawling plains of the equatorial Kof region. While Lo is a generally temperate world, New Junction is in one of the hotter regions year-round, something which many traders dread experiencing during their layovers. Cool drinks and air-conditioned hab rentals are always in high demand in the area surrounding New Junction. Regular dust storms combined with the city's base of prefab buildings plus the vast quantity of shipping containers passing through make for something of an almost prehistoric Wild West vibe. But make no mistake, this is not the lawless frontier. A fortune in legitimate shipping passes through Lo every day, overseen by meticulous customs agents. While Lo is a prime example of humanity's efficient industry, Corel 4, called Castor by the natives, is an embarrassing example of its hubris. Castor orbits Corel with a 641 standard Earth day rotation, placing it on the very edge of the star's green band habitable zone. Made up of vast tracts of frozen desert, Castor is a foreboding world with no immediately apparent reason for human development. Nevertheless, the world became a symbol of intended progress during the Mesa era, another target in a dictatorial march towards new levels of science and industry. Billions of credits in terraforming technology later, the once frozen desert planet had become a frozen desert planet with a barely breathable atmosphere. Today, almost no one lives on Castor, and few of those could tell you why. A handful of settlements dot the globe, primarily centred around deep ice mining operations. Beyond that, miners subside on occasional caches of rare minerals that dot the desert. The discovery of a single cache can make a mining operation profitable for several years. Mining contracts are the reason why the bulk of its inhabitants have come to the planet, and very few of them choose to renew for a second year. Traders looking to make a quick credit, though, could not find a more captive audience for luxury goods. Coral 5 is a standard gas giant, a massive red and brown planet that housed some gas harvesting, but is otherwise unremarkable. Coral 6 is an uninhabitable ball of rock, rarely encountered by anyone passing through the system. It features an odd orbit that is well off the system's elliptical plane. With a slightly less important transit point, Coral 6 might have become a reasonable outpost for smugglers, but the quality and concentration of local patrol forces in the system have all but eliminated it as a venue for cross-border black market shipping.
That's the last chevron locked in, Mr. Daniel Jackson, who is legally distinct from any doctors of the same name. We've done it. We've connected to another world. Daniel Jackson, we're being hacked through the gates to the stars, which is also legally distinct from any other gates that travel to the stars. We should have got NordVPN, Daniel Jackson. We would have been able to browse the internet safely, accessed our favourite content on Netflix, and we would have been able to have privacy. We would have had less of these Egyptian-looking snake people attacking us too.
You should check out nordvpn.com/BoredGamer and get yourself a great deal on NordVPN. Just click the link in the comments section below. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For February, it's for a Crusader Spirit C1, the very cool looking multi-crew, multi-role competitor to the Cutlass Black and Freelancer. As it's a concept ship, you'll get a Cutlass Black until it's made flyable, you'll get lifetime insurance with the ship, and a game package for Star Citizen 2, so all you need to play. Just comment on any of my videos made during the month to be in for a chance of winning that. If you would like to further support the channel, then consider becoming a Patreon or using that join button under my YouTube videos to become a channel member. It goes a massive way to helping us make videos every day, and you'll get some exclusive content from me and Zinnia from time to time too. Become a board gamer today!